Hi everyone, I'm Swathi from Indiahikes and you're watching Trek with Swathi. One of the most asked questions to me is how cold does it really get on a winter trek? What are the temperatures like? Because many people going into the mountains in winter are beginners and they don't know what kind of cold they're going to face. So in this video, I'll outline how cold it really gets, and I'll also share 7 tips to help keep you warm, which has worked wonders for me, and I'm a person who feels extremely cold. So let's get started. So how cold does it really get in winter? Now on winter treks you are usually climbing up to around 11,000-12,000 feet. Most of our treks hover around that altitude, and they are in parts of Uttarakhand largely and some in West Bengal. Now most of these treks, I'm going to give you some average ballpark figures for you to get an idea of what the temperature will be like. During the daytime, almost on any day, you can expect temperatures between 5 to 15 degrees Celsius. This is on a good weather day when it is not snowing or when it is not just raining or anything. So this is on a fair weather day, you can expect around 5 to 15, and it's a very bitterly dry cold. That's what you're going to feel when you're trekking during the day. But this is a warmer part of the trek, because during the night the temperatures drop dramatically, and you can expect anything between around 0 to -4 to -8 degrees. And if you're at a higher campsite, if you're attempting the summit the next morning, so your closest campsite to the summit, we have recorded temperatures of around -10, -13 degrees on these kind of campsites. So this is the temperature range that you have to prepare yourself for. What does it feel like? Frankly, whether it is 0 degrees or -10 degrees, it doesn't make too much difference to a trekker, because the bottom line is it's extremely cold and you need to prepare yourself for it. And if there is a wind chill factor, it feels around -5 degrees colder. Like on the Sandakfu trek, there is a ridge walk and you're camping on this very open area. Tilandi campsite at Brahmatal, it's an open plateau. So in all these places there's a lot of wind factor as well. So that the temperature feels much lower than it actually is. So the only solution is for you as a trekker to prepare yourself well, and here are 7 tips to do that. The first thing is to layer up early in the day when your body is still warm. So what do I mean? I notice most trekkers making this mistake of waiting till sundown, waiting to start feeling cold, but that's not how layering works. Layering works by trapping your own body heat within the layers. That's why your base layer is usually a moisture wicking layer which remains dry. Your next layer is usually a fleece or a woolen which traps the heat inside, and your third layer is usually an insulated layer which does not allow outside wind or breeze to hit your body. So all your body heat is kind of trapped inside your layers. And in winter, ideally you should wear at least 5 layers from your base layer onwards till the insulated layer. I usually put in thermals, I put in another fleece layer, so 5 layers are a must. But the tip is to layer up when you're still warm so that you can trap your body heat. This is around 3 p.m. in the evening before the sun goes down. The second tip is to cover your extremities well. Many people make this mistake of not wearing a woolen cap or not wearing gloves either, but this is a very bad decision in the mountains, because most of your body heat escapes from your extremities and they are usually the first to suffer, which is why you'll see chilblains, frostbites, you'll see bluish hands. So you need to wear gloves, a good pair of socks and a woolen cap. On the other hand, I have a few more tips here also. Instead of wearing just one pair of gloves, this is something many people do, just wearing one big waterproof pair of gloves. Instead of that, wear a smaller, thinner layer inside, and on top of that, waterproof layer. Another mistake I noticed trekkers making is they wear the same clothes that they used while trekking. They wear the same clothes to sleep. Now, this is not a very good idea, because even in the mountains, no matter how cold it is, if you're trekking, you are sweating, and your innermost layer is likely to have a lot of moisture in it when you reach the campsite. So that doesn't dry up very quickly unless you're wearing a quick dry material and you have a sunny day. But my suggestion or tip to you is wear a fresh pair of dry clothes to sleep, and keep that only for sleeping every night on the camp. So go to your camp and change into these dry clothes, because even a little bit of moisture in your clothes can make you feel extremely cold at night. My fourth tip to you is to use waterproof socks. Now, this is something that people have not explored enough, and especially in winter. Compared to summer, monsoon and all other seasons, waterproof socks are most useful in winter, especially when you're walking for long hours in snow. They do two things: they keep your feet dry, and they keep your feet warm because they keep your feet dry. This is something that helps immensely, helps save your feet. Your feet will thank you for it later. My next tip is something that I have done for the past 10 years, always found it to be the most normal, most useful thing, is to hug a bottle of hot water to sleep. Because inside your sleeping bag, if your body is not feeling warm enough or not generating enough warmth, then you're likely to feel cold even inside your sleeping bag. So here a bottle of water really helps. If you're trekking with Indiahikes, our team will give you that hot water before you go to bed. So just hug it, put it in your sleeping bag and go to bed. Here I want to bring up one request. I notice a lot of people bringing these things called warmees on treks. They are getting a little more and more popular on winter treks because it's being marketed well. But please do not carry warmees on your trek, because they are activated material. They are use and throw. You have to basically shake it, it heats up, you use it for a few hours and then you dispose it. There's no other use for it. It is made of harmful chemicals which do not disintegrate at all, and especially at high altitudes. Please do not carry things that do not belong there, and don't bring warmies on our treks. We do not allow them. So this brings me to my next tip, which is to also carry an insulated water bottle with you. This is like a thermos or a flask, because you anyway need 2 1-liter bottles on your trek, right? You carry that in your backpack. Make one a thermos and one a very regular bottle. Thermos because when you have warm water, you will want to drink it all day. Otherwise, if the water is very cold, you will not hydrate yourself enough, which is a safety hazard in the mountains at high altitude. So carry a thermos with you as well. That will really help you. If you don't have a thermos, then we have them for rent during winter time, so you can rent it out from our store. My next tip for you is a little bit common sense, but not many people do it, is to actually eat a good meal before you sleep. How does this help? Well, when you eat a good meal for your body, it's like how wooden logs are thrown into fire to create food, to create heat. It's the same thing. It's like you're throwing wooden logs into your body, you're giving it fuel to kind of generate heat. Because it is constantly working out on the insides, it actually generates heat within your body and keeps you warm. So during the night, you must take food which is a little bit high on calories, little bit with proteins, and this is exactly what we serve in our menus as well. Keeping in mind that your food needs to help you, recover from that day's trek, and also keep you warm for the night and ready you for the next day's trek. And my last tip for you is to pee before you sleep. As ridiculous as that sounds, one thing many people do is avoid going to the loo before sleeping, but it means that they may have to get up in the middle of the night, go out to the toilet tent, use it and come back. And in that going out and coming back, you lose a lot of the body heat you've generated. So avoid that. Empty your bladder before going to sleep, and that will keep you warm. So these were my 7 tips. They have worked beautifully for me, and I'm sure they will work for you as well if you follow everything to the T. But other than this, do prepare for a winter trek. Even the easiest of treks gets a little harder in winter, and if there is a lot of snow, it gets even harder. So prepare yourself and go. If you have any questions or need some guidance, don't hesitate to drop in a comment below. We'll get back to you. If you want personal guidance, we have a form in the description below that you can fill. Our Trek Advisors team will call you back and help you out. But that's all from me today. We have a lot of other videos coming up on winter trekking and tips and layering and everything. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. You'll be notified of our future videos. Thank you for watching.